Welcome along viewers to the full race replays here from the penultimate round of the 2025 season at Three Sisters Race Circuit in Wigan. You join us in this video for the opening race of the day, that is Junior Race 1, and for this event all three classes are racing in their own separate dedicated races. Starting on pole position for this race is Jamie Tiley-Gooden, who set the fastest lap in the Junior one-shot qualifying with a 1 minute 3.6, and he's starting on the front row alongside our Northern Junior Championship leader Julia Stankowiak. Starting then in third position with the 1 minute 3.8 is Blake Hutton, and then further 10th behind, starting alongside him on road to the grid, is Jack Redfern.
We've got our juniors on the grid now, ready to go. 4 10-minute races are ahead of us per each grid over the next 4 hours or so.
And we're underway here then at Three Sisters. Jamie Tiley-Gooden, he's got a good launch off the line. Julia Stankowiak cutting across to try and block off Blake Hutton here as they head through turn 1. Into Rogerson's for the first time today. Julia Stankowiak are right to the inside there. That might cost her an exit, but she's managed to block off Blake Hutton, and it's Jamie Tiley-Gooden now who's broken clear of the pack of carts behind. Julia Stankowiak in second place. Blake Hutton's held on to third place ahead of Jack Redfern. Lewis Brooks was actually in fourth place as they went across the start line at the beginning of that race, making their way out of Luna Bay. We've got Karen Holdsworth, he's made a good start here, started in 13th place, now got Ben Hughes in front of him. Blake Hutton in the slipstream with Julia Stankowiak, he's up the inside of her now as they head down the corner straight in to turn number 6. Is Blake Hutton going to get through here into P2? He is. There's 3 abreast in the background. Is that Archie Bullard? What's he doing? He started under the 11th. He's all the way up to 3rd by the looks of things. What a start this is by Archie Bullard as they head past Lucy's Valley down into Joey Donut corner at the end of this first lap. Jamie Tiley-Gooden who leads the way ahead of Blake Hutton, although that's Archie Bullard who is side by side with, heading up to start finish line. Julia Stankowiak in 4th.
Jamie Tiley-Gooden leading the way by 1/10 of a second, but Archie Bullard has flown up the order on the first lap of the race. He actually has beaten the pole position time on that lap. 1 minute 3.3 for Archie Bullard, so he's gone all the way up into second position. 9 positions gained on the first lap of that race. Jamie Tiley-Gooden then leads the way ahead of Archie Bullard. Blake Hutton's in 3rd position. Julia Stankowiak has dropped to 4th. Sam Mackinson is in 5th position, so he's up 1 spot from where he started the field. We've got yellow flags just at the top of the circuit, as I think a driver might have spun around there. We'll find out who that is very, very shortly, but right now Archie Bullard is all over the back of Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Will be looking for a move into the final corner here at Three Sisters, but he's not quite able to do it. Now he does. He goes from very, very far back. Archie Bullard dives down the inside, and I think he's going to take the lead of the race here. They're side by side into the first corner, and there goes Archie Bullard through to the lead of the race. 1 minute 2.4. He's absolutely flying around this circuit in car number 12. Jamie Tiley-Gooden a whole 7/10 of a second slower on that previous lap. So you'd hope from Archie Bullard's perspective that is him checked out for the rest of the 7 minutes of this race then. So Archie Bullard leads from Jamie Tiley-Gooden, Julia Stankowiak, Blake Hutton and Lewis Brooks. Your top 5. Sam Mackinson is down another spot on that lap, and it looks like Daisy Newsom was the driver involved in that incident on the previous lap, according to my timing screen. Karen Holdsworth as well involved in that one by the looks of things, according to this timing screen. If you do want to go on to the live timings, you have to go to Alpha Live. Three Sisters circuit on there, as we've got a battle for the lead again, and it looks like Jamie Tiley-Gooden has taken it back. So Archie Bullard not able to hold on, proving proving the slipstream very, very important here. They make their way through the first corner and the second corner, and Jamie Tiley-Gooden in the lead of the race. He fought back on that previous lap. Best lap time 1 minute 2.909. So it's proving that if you're in the slipstream here, even in the wet conditions, it is worth its weight in gold. That was a massive, massive feature of the racing we had here in July at Three Sisters. Obviously very different conditions, July versus October, particularly in this part of the country. So very difficult for the drivers out on the circuit. But again, that slipstream proving to be very, very important as they make their way to the top of the circuit. Archie Bullard all over the back again of Jamie Tiley-Gooden. I suspect that we'll see a change of places once again as they go into the final corner. Bullard's a little bit too far back. It's about 4 or 5 tenths of a second between the two drivers as they make their way into the first corner. Now there is quite a lot of grip out there. It's not as unpredictable as you'd think. There's a few dry patches around this circuit as well as we get the cards around. They've had actually car racing going on around the circuit all morning, so that's put a few dry patches onto the track. The cars don't use a bulk of the go-karting circuit. There's a chunk that they cut out, so that part of the track will be very difficult for the drivers. That's the third sector. On that previous lap, by the way, it's 5 tenths of a second, the gap between Jamie Tiley-Gooden and Archie Bullard. So Jamie settling back into a little bit of a rhythm. They were only separated by less than a tenth of a second in their lap times. We've got a battle for third position as well. That's between Lewis Brooks, Julia Stankowiak and Blake Hutton. Blake Hutton has fallen behind. Lewis Brooks has made his way into third position. Now Julia, I think, goes down the inside line into the final corner to try and get the spot back off Blake Hutton. As the two race leaders cross the line with 4 minutes to go. It's Jamie Tiley-Gooden in the lead of the race, 3 tenths of a second. Bullard was fastest on that last lap, and Julia's moved into third, so she's the green helmet that you can see if you're joining us around the circuit. Lewis Brooks has fallen into fifth, so those three having a fantastic little scrap here, and actually looks like Blake Hutton's going to give it a go around the outside of Julia Stankowiak up to the top of the circuit. Then they'll go down the back straight. Oh dear, we've got a spinner off at the first corner. Looks like it's Lewis who's gone off at the first corner. There was a puff of smoke as the tyres, I say smoke, it was more steam than anything, as the grass is very, very damp from all the rain that we've had. But it's not going to stop Archie Bullard, by the way, who is all again right on the back of Jamie Tiley-Gooden. A little bit too far back for a move. Julia dropping back into fifth because Lewis Brooks goes around the outside line into the final corner. That's very, very brave. He's going to set himself up for a switchback here, and I think it's going to work. It's a fantastic move from Lewis Brooks as Julia Stankowiak moves down into fifth position. So it's Blake Hutton in that third spot, but with 3 minutes to go, absolutely no way comfortable for him at all, as they're now 3 wide. Julia back on the inside line, back ahead of Lewis Brooks. So his fourth position only lasted literally 1 corner there for Julia to make her way back through. Will say racing has been remarkably clean in the first 7 minutes of this race. 3 minutes still to go, so we're going to have a couple of laps left in this one. 3 tenths of a second between Tiley-Gooden and Bullard across the line. They now go into turn number 5, and Archie Bullard is suddenly side by side. It was briefly side by side with Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Now makes his way into the final corner, looks to dive his way down the inside. Does he? No, don't think he's going to do that. It's Lewis Brooks now, looks to go for third position on 2 cars down the inside line, gets his way through and into third position. So Lewis Brooks, but then he's gone a little bit deep, and it allows Blake Hutton to go back through again, as we see battling going on for the lead of the race. Bullard side by side with Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Can he now make his way through as they go out of turn 3 up into where the yellow flags are at turn number 4, and we'll see as they go from our vision, see they re-emerge down the back straight. 2 minutes to go in the race. I think someone spun off down at that corner there. They have actually. It's down the back straight, so the yellow flags covering that part of the track. Just making sure that driver's okay. It looks like it's potentially hit the tyre wall there, so it does mean the leads battle as we head into what will be, I'm sure, the final 2 laps of the race. It does mean that has to get halted down the back straight, at least for a little bit. Bullard now has a run. Can he make his move on Jamie Tiley-Gooden? I don't think he's going to want to. I think he'll probably make that move on the final lap of the race, but now they've got some back marker traffic involved as well, and that back marker gets out of the way. I think that was Daisy Newsom who moves out of the way for the race leaders nice and early, made herself very, very predictable, but it did mean that Bullard didn't have the opportunity to go down the inside. Now they're passing through the yellow flag zones, and we'll be heading on to the final lap next time they cross the line. So they're going through the yellow flag zones and 0.5 of a second, just under, is the gap between Bullard and Jamie Tiley-Gooden, as that driver's still being attended to down the back straights. That's probably going to stay yellow, I would imagine, for the rest of this race, and they'll scoop them up at the end. So we go into the final corner. Jamie Tiley-Gooden onto the last lap of the race will be making his way through. So there we go. There is the last lap board up on the screen. And remember, yellow flags covering the back straight at the moment. I'm trying to listen in with one ear to what race control are saying about this, as Lewis Brooks has gone through to third position. Oh, there's a mistake from Blake Hutton, as he had made the move. He goes onto the grass. That gives Julia Stankowiak the run now to get into third, but Blake Hutton holds it as they go into the yellow flags. Last lap of the race. Let's wait to see where Jamie Tiley-Gooden and Archie Bullard re-emerge as they go down into that turn number 5. It looks like pretty certain Jamie Tiley-Gooden well and truly comfortable in this one. I think Bullard must have made a mistake, because there's quite a significant gap between those two now. It's gone to about 2 seconds. So Jamie Tiley-Gooden will make his way through the final corner. He's going to win in the first race of the day, but it will be Archie Bullard who starts on pole position unless Tiley-Gooden goes faster on this lap. So Tiley-Gooden crosses the line. He takes victory ahead of Archie Bullard. He gets the fastest lap of the race and pole position on the final lap as well. Archie Bullard did make a mistake on that lap. It was 4 seconds the gap, and crucially Julia Stankowiak moves into third. There was a drag race across the line between Jack Redfern and Slater, just about a second separating those two drivers. Sam Mackinson comes home in 8th position, with Lewis and Holsworthy 9th and 10th. It's then going to be Liv Metcalf in 11th position.